Hello. I also came from Atlanta. It was 2 hours, but I drove, so it was harder for me. And love this place. This is 2 more chandeliers than I've ever performed in front of. It's super exciting. Feel very fancy. I love Atlanta. I've lived in Atlanta for 30 years. I live downtown. My favorite thing about Atlanta currently is every time I step foot out of my house, a homeless person calls me Big Santa. Santa, of course, is known for being fat, so when they put big in front of it, that's actually an extra insult, like they're sneaking into the... It's like, hey, double fat Santa. Do you ever stop sweating, Santa? You know what I mean? I don't know. I had it happen the other day. I gave a homeless guy $1. When I gave the $1, he was like, thank you, Big Santa. I appreciate it, Big Santa. Thank you, Big Santa. I'm like, how do you have a dance for it? Like, it's like the choreography hurts more than the nickname, I feel like. And he saw me make a face, and he was like, oh, do you want the money back? Which I didn't even know was an option in that transaction. And I was like, no, you keep the money. He's like, I knew Santa would want the money back. Thank you, Big Santa. Thank you, Big Santa. Thank you. And he like moonwalks away from me. And then this woman comes up to me and says, excuse me, I just saw what you did there, and I want to let you know that every time you give a homeless person $1, you're teaching them that they never have to get a job. And I was about to tell Ayn Rand to fuck off, but I didn't have a chance to say anything because the homeless guy heard what she said and raised his hand and said, I got this. And then he just chased her down the street. So God is real. And he is sassy as fuck on Peachtree Street these days. I felt like I'd spent $1 to see a just universe, just for one moment. It was glorious. I do travel a lot for this job. So I quit my day job this time last year, so to pursue comedy full time. Yes, follow your dreams or delusions, whichever they are, just follow them. But for 6 years I worked at this company, and everyone knew I was gay. Everyone knew I was gay at the company, but I hid the fact that I did stand-up comedy, because one of those is a degenerate lifestyle, and the other one involves sucking dick. Do you know what I'm saying? I do a lot of comedy in the rural South, which we'll call mistake number 1 on my part, I suppose, where I talk about being gay on stage, which is surely mistake number 2. And I was in Alabama recently, and I was doing a show, and I said something about being gay, and a woman in the front row went, I'm trying to eat my pizza over here. And the venue we were in didn't even serve pizza. So she had snuck that in. So like the fat part of me was like, what kind of pizza? And I asked her, I was like, is it the idea of me and another man making sweet love that disgusts you? Because if you're going to imagine it properly. The only light, Febreze candles. The only sound, whale sounds. And there's a nugget tray at the end. Just imagine it properly. Or is it any 2 men making love? And without any hesitation, she was like, both! And I just reached my hand out her, and I just couldn't help myself. I'm such a smart ass. I was like, may you never look at another piece of pizza again without imagining my pepperoni nipples as I pleasure another man! Homosexual gypsy curse! And then they never booked me at the place again. It was so weird. I don't know what happened there. I'm fat. I don't have to come out on that one, I guess, right? You guys have eyes. I've always considered myself to be a secret eater. I'd always eat healthy, and then like when no one was looking, I'd like really scarf it down. But at this size, the secret's out, right? I mean, I feel like, I don't know. I had a rock bottom with food the other day. I had bought so much Taco Bell for myself that when I put it in the passenger seat, it set off the fastest seatbelt alert. That's again God being really sassy, like ding ding, you're fat. Remember? I went to a nutritionist recently. When I was talking to the nutritionist was like, why don't you eat a salad for breakfast? And I was like, why don't you shut your fucking mouth? What kind of world is that to live in? And then she's like, well, what do you like to eat? And I was like, chips. I love chips. Don't take my chips. And she was like, why don't you eat cucumber slices instead? And I was like, why the fuck would I do that? And she's like, well, they're crunchy just like chips. I'm like, so are light bulbs. What are we doing here? Why are you talking to me? I want my money back. This bitch just told me to eat light bulbs. What the fuck? I'm married. My husband and I have been together for 19 years. Thank you. Many of you will die alone, and I have someone. I don't understand it either. My husband's from South Georgia, so he grew up on hunting and guns, and he hunts guns. Is that how that works? I don't know. He's just hunting guns all the time. We have a gun in the house, and I've never handled or shot the gun. Mostly because when something shoots off in my life, it's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've taken a lot of shots to the face and survived them all. You know? This is not a beard. Recently, though, my husband's been like, you need to learn how to shoot the gun. You gotta learn how to shoot the gun. And I had to admit to him, I was like, honey, I don't know how to turn on the grill. And it turns out we don't have a grill. There's just this garbage can that I try to light fires in and make hot dogs. But then he got all serious. He's like, well, what are you gonna do when the straight people come to the house to kill us? And I was like, first of all, who put that on the calendar? Why would we... He's like, you never thought about it. You never thought about it. I guess I never thought about it. I guess I never did. I guess I thought if the straight people came to my house, they'd be like, we're here to kill you. And I'd be like, in those shoes? Really? It's like my last words would be like, blood doesn't come out of suede. But he was adamant. He's like, all right, well, if you ain't going to shoot the gun, you need a weapon. You need to be weaponized. You need a weapon. And I was like, fine. So now I'm a weaponized homosexual, like you've heard about on Fox News. So... look out. Zap, zap. On his nightstand, he has a gun. And on my nightstand, I have a can of wasp spray and a lighter. Because any fucking straight people break into my house, I'm going down the way that I live. Dramatic and flaming. This is going to be good. How do you like the straight people? Extra crispy? Me too. Straight people are cool, though. Y'all are... cute, mostly. I don't know why the most religious straight people currently are the ones who bake cakes, though. When did that happen? When did the bakers, when did God talk to the bakers and be like, no more cakes from them queers, you know? I read the whole Bible the other day, the whole thing, even the back parts that don't make any sense. And I can only find one quote in the Bible about cake. Do you want to hear it? Do you want to hear it? It's Ecclesiastes 9:7, and it is, go eat your cakes with joy, and drink your wine with a merry heart. God has already approved of what you do. Wait, that sounds like I should get my wedding cake for free. I don't know. What? Drink your wine with a merry heart? Is there any other way to do it? That has to apply to mimosas. It does. It definitely does. I don't know. It bugs me too because, if you think about it, cake is just gay bread. One day a loaf of bread was like, I could be sweeter. Cover me with what? Oh my God, do it. Let me look at my list. How you guys doing? Good? How am I doing on time? I have a minute 20. Oh, I love it. Okay. I am the religious. So religious. I was raised Catholic, not sexy Catholic, just regular Catholic. And I always pray for signs from God. I'm a big, give me a sign, God. I need a sign. Send me a sign. Sign me, God. And when I was gay in my 20s, I had a crisis of faith about it. And I wanted a sign from God. I didn't want to know whether I should be straight or not. I wanted God to co-sign my homosexuality. I was like, if it's okay for me to be gay, send me a sign, God. And I asked for 5 nights in a row. And for 5 nights in a row, God sent me a sign. And the sign was, each night, it was a hotter Puerto Rican man that wanted to sleep with me. And at the end of the 5th night, I got down back on my knees after the last guy, and I was like, God, do you have a type or do I? And then I packed my bags and left Puerto Rico. My name's Ina. It was my time. Enjoy your headliner. Thank you for having me.